just want to give my gratitude to you at the beginning. So let's go ahead and hop into today's lesson. Now, I've been tasked, all right, and it's not even a test because I absolutely enjoy doing this, y'all, to show you guys how to grow your business. All right, so I'm going to give you the how to grow your business training, but I'm also going to go over the actual compensation plan on how to use this, all right, and really go into the ins and outs of that trading plan. So let's go ahead and look at the compensation plan real quick because I want you to really see it. Let me get this right quick. Share my screen. And when you can see my screen, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to let me know inside the chat, but I'm going to go here real quick. Let's get all of my personal information off of there real quick. I don't need y'all be like, hey, Gordon, we seeing all this stuff? Right. Let's go up in here real quick, just a second. So here we go. Oh, wrong one. Make sure we got it right here. All right, if y'all can see this real quick, y'all should be able to see a compensation plan. If you can see it, it should have Extreme FX Global Academy in the upper left-hand corner. If y'all can see that, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody because I want to make sure that we're respecting everybody. I will unmute us a little later, but I just don't want a lot of distractions right now because I want us to have our times respected. I really want everybody to get this. All right, so let's break this down on what we're looking at because I'm sure almost everybody on here who's been building, they've seen or had these questions asked to them before. So I want to break this down. Let me move this real quick. Just a second. Let me move this Zoom thing here. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, so if we're looking at tradesmen, I want y'all to really get this real quick. The way the compensation plan is presented to you, when it's talking about volume, we're looking at the base volume, which is 40 PV, which stands for personal volume. We're really looking at 40 when we're talking about the affiliate basic and when we're talking about the educational basic package. All right, if that makes sense, drop a 2 in the chat. All right, because I already got 1, so I need to make sure that I'm good. Drop a 2 in the chat. Let's go. All right, so when they say that we need 3 subscribers, we're talking about 3 affiliates. I really want to get this down to 3 affiliates, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like in your back office. Let me pull up my back office real quick, and I'm gonna go into our tree, and I want you to be able to know what you're looking at when you go inside of your back office. So let's take a look at this real quick. Let me go to my placement tree. Let me share the screen. All right, I'm gonna share the screen real quick. All right, can everybody see my placement tree? Okay, if you can see a green Gordon Clark right here. All right, let's go. All right, so y'all about to see a whole lot real quick. So let me break this down to you so you can see this and you'll be able to utilize this to help you grow your team. So we're going to be going back and forth between the compensation plan, but I just want you to be able to see this so you can understand it. All right, so how many people notices that my name is in green? All right, now since it's in green, what does it say over here to the legend? That I am qualified. That means that I am now commission qualified. All right, so let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Before we hop into this, we want to make sure that you understand that this is for educational purposes only. Extreme FX does not guarantee, all right, any gains here that you're going to make any money. All right, we cannot and will not make that guarantee. All right, we don't know what you're going to do with this information, but we are going to give you some great information. Now, also, I want you to really understand this. Past profits does not guarantee future gains. All right, so if everybody understands that we're all in agreement and alignment, go ahead and drop some 7s in the chat and we can go ahead and get to what we're going here. All right, so you're going to see the person. If you hover over them, you're going to see their current rank, which you see mine is gold. All right, you'll see our personal sponsored volume. All right, now let's take a look here. That green means that you're commission qualified. So when I showed you that tradesman, it meant that I had to have, let's go back to it, that I had to have at least 3 because 40 times 3 is 120. If that makes sense to you, go ahead and drop a 1. We're going to really go through this by the numbers. Okay, let's go. Let's go. How you doing, Miss Wanda Bracy? All right, so that's why it's telling you right here, we have 3 subscribers. All right, group volume, 120. Customer volume, 0. Y'all see that? Qualified, FSB. All right, so now let's go ahead. So that simply means that you're qualified to now start receiving residuals. All right, I want y'all to understand this. The company is literally telling you, if you really pay attention to what's going on, once you've helped 3 people, you are now positioning yourself to have people help you. This is really why this compensation plan is so beautiful. It's telling you a valuable life lesson. The moment that you've helped 3 people, you're commission qualified, and now people are in a position to help you. What do I mean by that? Because now we can place people under you and it will actually count toward you getting promoted. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So now we notice that all we need for these first 3 ranks is 3 people personally. Why? Because we only need 120 personal sales volume, PSV. That means that 40, 40, and 40. Does that make sense? Once you help 3 people, you are now ready for us to help you. Now, so we have our 3. Now, what does this 442 means? All right, so it simply means this. If you take a look at this, if you take a look right here, and I'm going to break this down. How many people notices that I have 3 legs? I have leg 1, which is the left leg, leg 2, which is my second leg, and leg 3, which is my third leg. All right, if that makes sense, drop a 1 in the chat. So leg 1, leg 2, and leg 3. Okay. Now you notice that each person only has 3 people or 3 slots under them, just like I only had 3 slots under me. Okay, so what does that ultimately means? Even if you're not building, if let's say we got how many people we got up in here that has an education only pack? All right, well, guess what? There's going to be people placed under you, whether you got an educational pack or an affiliate pack, more than likely. Why? Because we only have 3 slots. Does everybody see that? There's only 3 slots. And since there's only 3 slots, ladies and gentlemen, somebody has to go in one of those slots. So you might as well get paid for it. If that makes sense, drop a 2. All right, we're going to really go this by the number. So this green simply means that this person, which is myself, is qualified. I have at least 3 people, all right, that makes me commission qualified. So the first thing, Mark Wilson said he's not seeing the screen. Does everybody else see my screen? If you can see my screen, drop a 3. You should be, okay. Outstanding. All right, so Mr. Wilson, I would probably see if you're on your phone or something, swipe to the left or right. You may be, there you go, swipe right. Okay, outstanding. Now, that being said, I love how everybody just reached in to help our brother. This is the reason why we love being where we are, right? Because we are literally loving and helping each other. I love that. All right, so let's take a look here. If we look back over here to our legend over here, right? All right, pink means unqualified. So our very first goal is to turn green. So everybody put that in the chat. Put go green. Put go green in the chat. Our very first job right now that we want to do is to go green. That simply means that we want to get our very first 3 people. Everybody has 3 people that like them. Let me tell you something, because I know that everybody say, hey, we don't want to push this, we want to push that. I'm going to tell you, on my team and really everybody, you want to focus on what it is that you want, not what you don't want. And so a lot of times people don't go green because we'll tell themselves, oh, well, I don't want to talk to people, and I don't want to, and all the things that they say that they don't want to do, they go to work and do the exact same thing. How many people have to talk to people when you go to work? All right. Drop a 1 if you talk to people when you go to work. Matter of fact, drop a 2 if you have to talk to customers when you go to work. If you have to talk to customers when you go to, y'all see that? So I want you to really think about what it is that you're saying. You're basically saying, I don't want to talk to people about my business, but I'll go and talk to somebody else for somebody else's business. at some point, you have to look at what it is that you want, because if you don't, ladies and gentlemen, then literally your life is dependent on somebody else who believes in themselves more than you believe in yourself. So I want us to get rid of excuses and turn our excuses into execution. All right. All right. I want y'all to write that down. Turn your excuses into execution. Okay. Now, here's the other thing about this tree here, and I want to really look at this. Y'all see the shape of this? It is a rectangular shape. It looks like a coffin, right? That means that it is dead. So if you see, and let me see if I can find a spot over here that's dead. Y'all notice that these gray spots are rectangular like a coffin. That means that you're not going to be able, there's nobody that's under them. That's what that means. So if you click on one that's a football shape, you notice it says it has a down line, right? It has a down line. That rectangular shape means that it's the bottom of the leg. So you saw when I clicked on Mrs. Mary Logan's, it expanded and there was even more people. And so if I clicked on Mrs. Patricia McMully, who's over in London, boom. If I click on it, guess what's going to happen? More people. Y'all see that? Now let's see what happens right here. Do we see what happens when we get to Take Cash? What shape is it? Is it in the shape of a coffin? Is it in a rectangular shape? Y'all notice that there's nobody up under them. Okay. So we want to go green and we want to get out of our coffin and change it into a football. Okay. We want to score. And the only way that we're going to do that, the only way that we're going to go green is we got to change this shape around us into an oval shape. All right. If that makes sense. All right. Score the football. All right. So we want to change this into a football. We want to change this into an oval shape. That means that we have somebody up under us. All right. We're going to get all three of these spots filled with affiliates, not students, affiliates. And we're going to now turn that into a green. That way we can go green. All right. It's really that simple. After this point, all you're doing is wash, rinse, repeat. That's all you're doing. Wash, rinse, repeat. I can keep clicking over here. If I can go to Farron. All right, y'all see that if I hover over here, we can see that what rank is she? She's a silver. All right. What do we see? We can keep spreading this out. We can keep going because it keeps going. As long as we see these football shapes, we know that there's more people under them. Okay. As long as we see these football shapes, we know that there's more people under them. I can go there, but I think you all get the point. Okay. Their phone numbers are the numbers that are up under that. All right, there are their names. You'll be able to see that. So you should be able to be in touch with, even if you get people placed under you, you now have their phone numbers. You can reach out to them, introduce yourself, and really help. But I would say also make sure that you're talking to the people that placed them. And more than likely, they're not going to place people under you unless they tell you, hey, Mrs. Shari Steele, we're going to place Chef J under you, or Chef J, we're going to place Shavonna Holmes under you, so on and so forth. All right. So that is how that works. All right. So if we're making sense so far, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. All right. This is how the placement tree works. All right. And this is how the compensation plan works. So now it becomes very, very, very straightforward, because now it means that once we've gotten qualified with our 3, now we just simply, now we can focus on customers and affiliates. So 442 simply means this. Left leg needs to have 4 people, and by 4 people we're talking about at least basic, and basic is worth how many points? Drop it inside the chat. A basic affiliate or a basic education, how many personals or volume is that worth? Let's go 40. All right, so if we're going to look at 40 and we need 4 people over here, how much volume do we need in our first leg? 40 times 4 is how much? Let's go 160. So does it make sense now when we say the group volume is 160? That's because we're looking at 40. Now let's take this up a notch. Volume is going to trump the number of people. So if we get somebody that signs up for a pro pack, right? Let's say that is 60 in volume. Well, 60 times 3 is how much, ladies and gentlemen? 180. So we only got, if we had 3, right? If we had 3 pro packs, look at what happens. We had 3 pro packs. then we got 180, then guess what? We only need 3 people on the first leg and we got the same result. That leg was ready to get you moved up to apprentice. If that makes sense, drop a 1. All right. So the volume overrides the amount of people. Let's go. All right. So 4 people on your first leg, 4 people on your second leg, and 2 people on your third leg will get you to apprentice. This will now get you $125 per week. This will also net to $500 per month. All right. This is how this works. All right. This is how our compensation plan works. Now let's take a look. Silver, same thing, 120 people, 120 points. So how many people, how many affiliates do we need to have? All right. How many affiliates do we need to have for personal sales volume all the way up to silver? How many affiliate basics? 3. Now, if we had affiliate pros, 60 points apiece, how many affiliate pros do we need to go all the way up to silver? Let's go, Daryl Pollock. Y'all see that? This is the power of, let's go. Let's go. Now I want to give y'all another nugget here. All right. So if that's 120, all right. If we got 4 pros, so y'all know that extra, remember it's 180. So if we add another pro, that means that we just got an extra person, because think about it. It's 40 and 40. Every time we got 3, we added an extra person just because of the extra 20 in volume. Now, I want to point this out, ladies and gentlemen. We have a promotional package that's going on right now for $59.99. All right. If you're not taking advantage of that, you really are shortchanging yourself. Really, you want to start having these events. Y'all notice that I've been doing events every weekend. All right. You want to do events. You want to have somebody on these promotional calls every day at 8 o'clock, because I'm going to tell you, at the end of the month, $59.99 goes away and it goes back to $168. Which one do you think the people that want to trade would rather pay? So I know that there's a lot of you that say, hey, I just want to learn how to trade. But there's somebody out there just like you that has that same mindset that says, I just want to learn how to trade. But guess what? They would much rather pay $59.99 than $168. All right, that makes sense, everybody? So when we start thinking about others, because remember, this is a community, and that is based on us thinking about others, somebody invited us. So go ahead, even if you don't want to build, the way you receive is by giving. Look at it as giving, because that's what you're doing. Hey, this is what's working for me. I'm just giving it to you. Okay, you don't have to just actively recruit, but at least, like right now, we're on this call. You can screenshot this and share it to the your social media and let people know what you're doing. Now, of course, you want to put the disclaimers there. All right, let everybody know that this stuff is for educational purposes only, and that past profits do not guarantee future gains. You want to put that disclaimer. All right, you want to put that disclaimer on your post, because we want to make sure that we're duplicating success, and we can't agree that Miss Tanny Gonzalez has success, right? Well, we're going to duplicate her efforts as well and make sure that we are compliant when we make our post. Good to go? If everybody understands that, drop a 7. Drop a 7 if you understand that. Outstanding. So I know at the end of this call, we should have a screenshot, right? That I should be seeing those, right? And we should see those disclaimers with those screenshots, right? Let's go. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, something happens when we get to gold. We need 240 of personal sales volume. So how many people do we need a personal sales volume for us to hit gold? Let's go, Miss Leah Anderson. 6, because 40 times 6 people. So all you need to get is 2 more people, right? Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, you need 6 people. 40 times 6, 240. All right. So we only, I'm sorry, 3 more people. Okay. So we got 3 more people. So the same thing that we did when we got started, we just duplicated that. And that can take us all the way to platinum. I want you to really think about the power of this compensation plan, because it basically just told you that you could make $10,000 a month by simply getting 6 people personally and showing them how to do the exact same thing. How powerful is that? Because all you did was what you did here as a tradesman, you taught it to somebody else. Again, this compensation plan is set up for you to understand that if you give, you receive. Now, let me break this down why this is such an important thing. because I think a lot of people don't understand how this works because they're so busy looking at what the naysayers look. And I want you to understand that it's perspective. Watch this. If let's say that Patricia Willis, put a 1 in the chat, please. Put a 1 in the chat, Miss Patricia Willis. All right. So let's say Miss Patricia Willis was a person that was going around helping people. She's helping people. Now, Miss Patricia Willis is now helping everybody else. So everybody, I want you to put a 2 inside of the chat because we're going to say that Miss Patricia is the reason that everybody is on this chat. Now, every time she's helping somebody, she's giving about 10% of herself. She's helping 10%, 10% here, 10% there, but she's just helping everybody, right? Now, can we agree that if Miss Patricia helped us, we're going to want to help her too? All right, does that make sense? So now if everybody that Miss Patricia helped ends up pouring into Mrs. Patricia, right? Even if we just put 1s there, can we see that when everything, what you put out comes back to you, right? So now all of that comes back to her. So everything that Miss Patricia asked that she wanted, she actually got more than what she wanted. Why? Because she didn't just help one person, she helped all of these people, and now all of these people are collectively helping her. If that makes sense, drop a $sign. This is really what's going on. So if you're not seeing the results that you want, then you got to ask yourself, how many people are you helping? How many people are you reaching out to? How many people are you impacting? And let me give you a tidbit, a little nugget that I found just by researching the numbers. This is the exact reason why the people that build tend to make better on their trading as well. And I will repeat that because we've researched this. All right. And again, this is for educational purposes only, but this is peer reviewed. I want you to understand, and I'm going to break down to you why. The people that tend to trade, that tend to build, their trading account tends to build a lot faster. Let me break down to you why that is such a big deal and why it is so important. Because how many people understand that when they put this company together, they had a vision and each piece of it has a purpose, right? So if you're trading, can we agree that it takes your emotions to be disciplined for you to be a successful trader? If you can agree with that, drop a 1. You need to have control of your emotions for you to be a successful trader. Okay. So a lot of us start to trade, right? And when we trade, we are using money, right? We say we're going to go live. Now, if we're using the money that we're making at our job, which that's the same money that we pay our bills with, and we take a loss on a trade, then all of a sudden we start seeing I can't afford to take another loss. Anybody ever said that before? All right, I can't afford to take another loss, Gordon. Oh, I can't get in these trades because I'm losing. Oh man, look, this is too much. Oh man, and now your emotions are attached to losing. As a man thinketh, so is what, ladies and gentlemen? Now your emotions are tied to you losing, and now you're going to start revenge trading. You're going to start, not even trading at all. So now since you're scared to trade, do you ever win? You can't even focus on getting better. Now, let's take a look at the people that are doing the residuals. Because when they start doing residuals, ladies and gentlemen, what ends up happening is I'm still making the money for my job, but now I got an extra $500 a month. Is $500 enough to start a trade account, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no? Absolutely, yes. Now, if I lost that money, let's say, for instance, I lost 500, it happens, it's part of trading. I don't have to necessarily stress out because wasn't I paying my bills before I even started getting the residuals? That makes sense. So now I have an extra $500 that I can actually put on the market and trade. I can actually pay my membership with a portion of that 500. Am I making sense, everybody? So now if I take a loss, and that 500 is coming each month, absolutely. So now it starts to make more sense why builders tend to learn how to trade a lot faster, because if they take a loss, they're not stressed out over, oh man, I can't afford to take a loss. You know what builders say? Let's see what I did wrong so I could fix it. because they have money that's not impacting them, that's still flowing to them. Does that make sense? So now they can focus on getting better instead of focus on can they afford it. All right. Here's the other thing. By them helping everybody else out, now it keeps compounding. You're up to $1,000 a month. Now you're up to $2,000 a month. Can we agree that we can now put more money in our trade account? And can we also agree that if we have more money in our trade account, trading gets a little bit easier, especially if we can under leverage. See, it's one thing to over leverage. It's another thing to under leverage. Imagine if you got $1,000, right, in your trade account. All right. And you did a 0.01. You started out as if you didn't have as much in there. You under leveraged. Let's imagine this real quick. And you accidentally forgot to put your stop loss. It's not gonna hurt you as much, is it? Because it's a better chance of you being able to wait it out. You may have slept through it. I've done this before. When I had 10,000 in my account and I went to sleep and I forgot to put my stop loss in. And when I woke up, I saw that it had went all the way down and came all the way back, but I was able to wait that out because I had more money in my account. Well, guess where the money came from, ladies and gentlemen? It came from my residuals. All right, if I'm making sense to you, drop a $sign. All right, and again, this is for educational purposes only, but I don't want you to think that, you know, my results are going to be your results, but I'm really just giving you a reason of why this is such an important thing to your trading as well. Everything fits hand in hand. All right. So it has to go back to what do I want versus what I don't want. You have to focus on what it is that you want. So now we're looking to make our very first platinum. Well, guess what? It only took 6 people to get you to $10,000 a month. When we get to Monarch, which is $20,000 a month, y'all see that? How many people do you need personally enrolled for you to get to Monarch? That's 360. How many in volume? How many people? 40 goes into 3. Let's go 9 people. You haven't even hit double digits. I want y'all to really understand this. You haven't even hit double digits in the personal affiliates that you signed up according to this compensation plan. And you can make, let's go to Legend, $100,000 a month with just 9 people, not even 10 people, 9 people, $100,000 a month. That is $1.2 million a year. I want y'all to understand this compensation plan is phenomenal because each time that you go up a rank, do y'all understand that you're changing the tax bracket each time? Think about this. When you went from $500 a month, right? That's $6,000. When you go to silver, which is only 25 people, by the way, collectively with your team, you don't have to be responsible for anything but 3 of them, but 25 people, 1,000, that's $12,000 a year because 1,000 times 12 months is $12,000 a year, right? Just that alone is starting to get you past that poverty bracket, that national poverty bracket. Well, the next rank up is what? And this is only what? 75 people here. So if we have 25 people working together, this is why we love to call this the common unity, because if we work together, if everybody just brought one person, just one person a week, everybody would eat. Just one person a week. So I want everybody to put this in the chat. I will do my part. One person a week. I want everybody to commit to bringing themselves one person per week. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Real simple. But first, let's go. All right. So watch this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 2,000 for 12 months is $24,000. The next rank, 5,000 a month. 5,000 times 12 is 60,000 a month. Are we seeing what's going on here? I mean, 60,000 a year. So I want you to really think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Each time you go up a rank, you just change your tax bracket. If you really look at the tax brackets, you're seeing that you're changing your tax bracket each time you raise a rank. So I want y'all to focus this. Each time that you're getting ready to hit another rank, I want y'all to say, hey, I'm changing tax brackets. Because that's what you're doing. You're changing tax brackets. Now let's go over how to do this. I'm going to show you how to launch, and then we're going to come back to this right here. I'm going to show y'all the way that I've been launching, and we was able to get all these goals in my in our group. I'm going to show you the scripts. Some of you have seen this training before. The ones that haven't, make sure All right. Make sure that you are writing this down. Make sure that you are writing this down. All right. When you are ready, drop a 1. When you are ready, drop a 1. Let's go. Outstanding. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Man, y'all got me fired up. So let's talk about how to launch. What I want everybody to do, I want you to go ahead and get your accountability partner. If you have an accountability partner already, drop a 2. If you do not have an accountability partner, drop a 4 because you are looking for someone. If you do not have an accountability partner, Miss Leah Anderson needs an accountability partner. Ron Walker, there's your accountability partner. All right. Susie Sutton needs an accountability partner. All right. So we need one more person that needs an accountability partner. All right. Patrice Willis needs one. Deborah Taylor needs one. All right. So I want everybody to partner up. Trishana Bailey. So I want y'all to start inboxing each other or reaching out into the community and say, I need an accountability partner. Y'all can go ahead. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to put that inside the community. And I want y'all to I will volunteer to be. Let's go, Miss Valerie. That's Coach Val right there, y'all. Let's go. She will also be down with us in Houston, Texas. All right. So put inside of the community chat on Telegram that I need an accountability partner, and let's partner up. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this. This is going to be an easy way to get those first 3 people, and then I'm going to tell you what to do after you get those 3 people. All right. So you're going to send this text to everybody in your phone. I want you to really get this, because this is going to be phenomenal. And it works like a charm almost every time. Again, this is for educational purposes only, but let's get into it. All right. So, and I'm already seeing people inside the community chat. I absolutely love you guys, man. Great job. Nice execution. Excuses are being changed to execution already. Let's go. All right. So, you want to, if you can get a flyer done, do so, because the mind loves the picture. All right. The mind loves order. So give it a picture. It doesn't like chaos. So anytime that you can put a visual in front of your people, do so. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have a professional photo, all right, it helps so much to get a professional photo done. It helps wonders for your business. Ask yourself this. If somebody wanted you to join their business, I'm not just talking about network marketing, any type of business, and they got a cell phone picture, it's all blurry, the top of their head's cut off, all right, they got the sun that's blocked out half of their face, all right, or they're just dressed any kind of way, does that invite trust in their business? Do you have trust in that type of a business if they're not presenting themselves in the best light? Okay, so I want you to really think about that from the customer's perspective. If you do not have, absolutely, Miss Amaran, if you do not have a professional photo, write that on your to-do list. Go ahead, get you a professional photo, all right? And go ahead and say, hey, I need a flyer. I don't mind making people's flyers, but make sure that if you're going to ask me to do a flyer for you, I don't mind, but make sure that it is at least professional quality, okay? Because it's a lot of work to try to make your stuff fit when it's not professional quality. You want to have that proper lighting. You want to face forward on the camera. You want to have a, y'all notice how this picture, I'm facing forward, I'm facing toward the camera, okay? So I know we like to do a lot of side profiles and look cute, head cocked to the side, all of that stuff. On business, you want to make sure that you have poise, all right? So get you a forward-facing professional photo so that now you can have business cards, you can have flyers done, and you have that in your, in your portfolio, so it's ready to go. So now, all right, great. Let's go, Jennifer Amaran. All right, so now you're going to send this text to everybody in your phone. Who? Everybody. Everybody. Doesn't matter. I don't want you to discriminate on this particular one. Send it to everybody, okay? We can have minors join as well, as long as they have guardianship, right? Send it to everybody. Hey, go tell your mom to read this. Go tell your dad to read this, all right? So here's the text. You're going to send your flyer with your picture and stuff, and you're going to send this text. It says, good morning. I'm excited to cordially invite you to the private lunch of my new business. I'm only inviting people I hold in high regard at this time, as I want to give you all the first sneak peek. please indicate if you'll be able to attend this 15 to 30-minute reveal. Did I say anything about the business on that? Yes or no? I didn't say anything. It's actually a reveal. Absolutely, because we're piquing interest. We're being the trailer, not the movie. Let's go. All right. Now, why can't they ask you a question about it? Because it's a reveal. All right. Now, here's the rules to this. You're only going to respond to the yeses. Y'all see how I put that in bold? Only respond to the yeses. If they ask questions, consider it a no. The only question that's acceptable is what's the link or what time? And guess what? All right, Miss Wanda Brayson says she needs a partner. All right, somebody needs Miss Wanda Brayson needs a partner. So somebody inbox her on Telegram inside the community chat. All right. Now, you're only going to respond to yeses. If they ask questions, well, what is it? Consider it a no. Don't respond. Okay. Trust me, FOMO works. We're looking to get to the yes. We only need how many, ladies and gentlemen? How many do we need to turn our name into green? How many do we need? 3. Let's go. So we only need 3. So I say extra points to delete the people from your phone that say no, but you don't have to delete them. The reason I delete them, I'm just going to put this out there. This is the reason I delete them. Because the average person, if they're going to say no, they just don't respond. So if they're bold enough to tell you, no, I'm not supporting you, then I'm bold enough to remove them from my phone. Does that make sense? All right. I want to get to the point to where my environment is everybody that's supportive of my business. Okay. So if they're bold enough to tell you no, I'm bold enough to remove you. Okay. That's just me, not telling you to do that, but life got so much easier when I did that. All right. It allowed me to focus and it allowed me to put more people that needed that slot that was actually conducive to the growth of my environment. Now, step 3, you're going to send a second text only to the people who said yes. Only to the people that said yes. I hope y'all are screenshotting these. Do I need to go back so y'all can screenshot it? Drop a 1 if I need to go back so you can screenshot it. If you need to screenshot the let's go. All right, now here's the second text that you're going to send. Screenshot this. Here's the second text. Great. Please be on the lookout for a call from my office to confirm your attendance so we can make accommodations to reserve your spot. Do y'all know how official it looks when you say, hey, just imagine your friend hits you up and say, hey, I'm finna do my business reveal. And then you say, yeah, I'll be there. And they say, okay, cool. All right, be on the lookout for a call from my office so you can confirm your spot. Don't y'all think that's going to pique their interest even more? What is Jabina doing that she has, she got somebody about to call my phone to reserve my spot? All right, that right there takes their mind off of what it is. And it's really like, hey, I need to see what this is for real, for real. They're not even asking you questions. And remember, this helps you say that you're now too busy to talk because I'm not talking to you until it's time for us to get on that call. Does that make sense? So now here's where your accountability comes. Your accountability partner. Who all has, if you have an accountability partner, now go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. All right, because now you're up. Now the accountability partner is going to take your list and you're going to take your accountability partner's list. That means that both of you have to do it. Now, you're going to send your list to your partner and you're going to prepare to call their list. Everybody with me so far? Make sure that you sound professional. Okay, this is what it's going to sound like. Okay, hi, is there an Shiva Star there? I'm calling on behalf of Daryl Politics, and I see that you've registered for his private reveal. I was calling to confirm your seat and make reservations for any other guests that you may have. How many people think that this is already going to sign up a lot of people already? Y'all see how this works? It works like a charm almost every single time. All right, all you need is 3 people. Okay, that's why you're going down to everybody in your list. All right, now you're going to wait for the response. Great. All right, the event will only be 15 to 30 minutes beginning at 7 p.m. Central Standard. All right, Central Standard, so that's 8 o'clock, right? Do you have the Zoom link? Please make sure you show up 5 to 10 minutes early to ensure that you can get into the Zoom. Now, we know that they don't have the Zoom link because We didn't give them the Zoom link, right? Thanks a lot, Mr. Pollard. All right. So please make sure you show up 5 to 10 minutes early to ensure that you can get into the Zoom and have something to write with. I'm looking forward to see you on tomorrow's call. That's all you have to do. Now, how long do you think it took for that phone call to happen? Less than 5 minutes. Can we agree that we're in a hurry? Can we agree that we're now getting through the numbers quickly? And what we're also doing is we're qualifying the people that's going to get on the call. We're only talking to people that said yes. So think about it. A lot of us don't want to talk to people because we don't want to be told no, but we weeded those people out with the text message, and we're only sending the list to the people that are list to an accountability partner that said yes. So the people that you're going to call, those are only people that said yes. That means that we're only speaking to people that's already agreed to be there. All right. If y'all like this already, go ahead and drop a 777. All right. So when they say that they don't have the Zoom information, this is the text message that you're going to send. You're going to send this text message with the Zoom information, okay? So we're going to say, hey, Ms. Nashiva Star, below you will find the Zoom link to view Daryl Pollock's private reveal. We ask that you please log in 5 to 10 minutes early to ensure everyone will get in without issue. Thank you for your time and see you there. And you put your name there, Zoom link, all right? And whatever the Zoom link is going to be right there, okay? So the Zoom link for it, you're going to put it right there. Okay, now you're going to send that text. If nobody answers, this is the text that you're going to send them. Hi, my name is Gordon Clark. I'm calling on behalf of Daryl Pollock. I'm calling to confirm your seat for his private reveal that will be held tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're still attending, do you have the Zoom link? If not, the link will be posted below. Please try to get on about 5 to 10 minutes early to ensure everyone can enter with no issues. A reminder text will be sent 1 hour prior to the event start tomorrow for all attendees. Thank you for your time. Because guess what's going to happen? Most people aren't going to answer the phone because they don't recognize your number. So that means that you still don't have to talk to as many people, but when you send this text, they're going to know exactly who you are, all right? And it's going to have the Zoom link. They're going to respond yes, right? Just be nice to them. Now, 1 hour before, you're going to send this text, all right? Hold up. Did everybody get this? Did everybody screenshot this? Because you want to make these scripts and you want to save them to the notepad on your phone so you can just copy and paste. All you're going to change is the names. That's it. All right, let's go. All right, so now 1 hour before the Zoom meeting, you're going to send them this text. Just a reminder, Daryl Pollock's private reveal starts in 1 hour, and there's the Zoom link. All right, you're going to get the thumbs up and all that. Now, here's the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen. When the Zoom starts, y'all know how I go and I start the music 10 minutes earlier. Don't wait until somebody comes and say, hey, how everybody is doing. You want to build that energy before anything happens. So soon as you log on, you want to start dropping fires. You want to be saying, let's go. You want to really create an environment. Guess what? When the better the environment is, right? And we're going to practice that real quick. The better the environment is, the more people want to be a part of that company. All right. So on the count of 3, I want everybody to flood the chat with ones in just a minute. Okay. We're going to practice this real quick. On the count of 3, I want everybody to type ones as often and as much as possible. I want y'all to flood it as quickly as you can. 1, 2, 3, flood the chat. Does everybody see the chat right now? Now imagine if somebody, all right, stop. I love it. Now imagine if somebody, one of your guests got on the call and that was the type of energy that they ran into. Do you understand what that does to the person that gets on the call? So it is up to us to come in unity to put energy into the Zoom chat. So this is not just for the prospect call. Start doing this for every call. Don't wait for everybody to start talking to you. You start the energy. All right. I want us to develop this mindset that we're going to be the difference that we're looking for. All right. So we start the energy. We dictate the energy. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're highly responsible on all of these calls. All right. Now, that being said, that should get you your very first 3 people. How many people are still with me right now? All right. How many people are still with me right now? Okay. So that should help you get your first 3 people. Now let's go back and take a look at this compensation plan, and we're going to wrap up. Okay. We're going to go back to this compensation plan, and we're going to wrap up. Let's go. Now, this part is optional, but I want y'all to think about this. This is something that I do. All right. But how many people that we want to get every week? Everybody. How many people we say that we're committed to? At least one person a week. It's the power of one, right? Let me ask y'all a question. If you were already paying your bills before you started getting the residual, all right, and you still are short of money, can we agree that you don't have a money problem? You have a spending problem, right? So I want you to really think about it. We wrote our goals, right? So the power of one. So if we wrote our goals down, we said that we want to hit a certain rank, so on and so forth, right? I want you to think about this. And I want you to really just put your mind to what I'm saying real quick. How much on our very first rank, 500, that's 500 a month, right? How much money are we getting a week? $125. Ladies and gentlemen, how much money does it cost to get a basic student package? Oh, so that, right? And then also the $59 special, right? So are we seeing where we're going here? So here's something that I do. You don't have to, but this is something that I challenge myself to do. I challenge myself this. I say, you know what? Every week, this is every single week. That's why you see my name up in there a lot of times, or you see people in our team. Every week, I challenge myself to say, okay, you know what? This entire week, starting on Sunday night, I'm going to try to get at least one person, right? Now, what happens when we did that lunch? When we sent out that text message and everybody got on the call? Can we agree that there's going to be somebody that says, I want to get started, but I don't have the money? Anybody ever had that? If you've ever had that happen to you, drop a 1. I'm going to give y'all some gems today. Let's go. Now, see how many people have had that said to them? I want to get started. And you know that they were genuinely telling the truth. I want to get started, but I don't have the money to get started. Okay. That is your new list. Write the list of those people down. Because now you're probably a tradesman right now, right? An apprentice is making $500 a month, $125 a week. So guess what ends up happening? You can either take that $125 and go splurge, or you can reinvest into your business. That is up to you. It's your money. You earned it. But what do you think that I do? I may start looking, I start calling my tradesmen. I say, hey, tradesman, where's your list? Okay, so who do you have that wants to get started that said that they don't have the money? And they say, well, I got a Patricia Willis that said that she wanted to get started, but she just didn't have it. I said, let's do a 3-way call. All right, so Phil Greer picks up the phone and calls. Right. We'll do the Facebook post another day, Mr. Sparrow. The strategy for the Facebook. We'll speak about that in just a second. All right, so Phil picks up the phone and connects me to Patrice Willis. And he says, hey, Miss Willis, hey, I was talking to my mentor, and I told him so much about you, and he just wanted to meet you. But you know what? I'm so excited about what he's going to say. I'm going to let you speak to him real quick. And then I get on the phone. I say, hey, Miss Willis, hey, Phil Greer was talking so much about you, and I see your drive, and I heard about your situation. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take care of your first month. All right. Now, when I take care of your first month, you have 2 choices. You can either pay it back or you can pay it forward. What do you think she's going to do? Number one, right? Number one, she's going to be excited. You're building a culture now where everybody comes in and says, you know what? They really are helping over here. You know what that gets rid of? They're not that whole, are you really making money? No, these people actually help me. What do you think is going to happen to the energy within your own company right now? You're building a company of love. You're building a company of trust, right? And once they get started and they get exposed to the common unity, do you think they're going to leave? Yes or no? Do you think they're going to leave? More than likely not. All right. And you got them at least for 4 weeks. You got them at least for 4 weeks. Well, think if everybody brought in one person a week and used that strategy. how many ranks do y'all think will start popping? How many people can see that? All right, just imagine if everybody used that strategy. Absolutely phenomenal, right? A lot of ranks every single week. Is it starting to make sense how we've done this before? But it takes everybody doing it together. So again, I will do my part. Go ahead and drop it inside of the chat. I will do my part. If everybody starts working together to do the power of one, you focus on you. Remember, there's no unity without you in it. Unit, you in it. So if you do that, then we actually have a common unity. We have a common goal, and that all together forms the conglomerate. All right. So one last thing before I get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, for Facebook, right? All right, for Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, when you share something, when you make a post on Facebook, it has algorithms in it. Okay. And so when you do this Facebook post, if you tag 50 people, 50, at least 50 people, it's going to trigger an algorithm, because remember, the websites, they get paid based off of how many views they got, because if they can prove that they make a certain amount of views, they can charge vendors to advertise on their website. Drop a 1 if that makes sense. So since they're getting paid based off of the views, say, hey, we get this many views. So if you want to put your product on our website, this is the traffic that we're going to push through here. So they're looking for what they call high frequency posts, right? So when you tag 50 people, that is going to give them, say, this is a potential hot topic post, and they're going to flag that post. Guess what they're going to do? They're now going to put your post at the top of everybody's news feed that's online right now. So that means that you're now being exposed to everybody's circle that's on your timeline, as long as they're active on Facebook. Now, here's the key. You want to tag your teammates. You want to start tagging people like myself, Tanny, because when you're tagging as many extreme people, if you get tagged, go to their page immediately. Don't just like it. You want to like it and leave a comment. Why is that important? Because if you leave at least 10, if they get at least 10 comments within 1 hour, it triggers another algorithm that boosted boosted even more and for a lot longer. And so now you're starting to get way more traffic coming to everybody's page. This is how you become relentless as a company. This is how you become relentless as a group, because now everybody is continuing to see your team logo. They're continuing to see these posts. They're seeing all of these events, and it's because we're all helping each other out. I will do my part. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hopping on this call. I hope you guys really took some nuggets from this training. I'm going to get myself out of the way. I want to bring up our illustrious leader over here, Mrs. Tanya Gonzalez. If you want to say any few words before we close out. Man, guys, I love you guys, and y'all put some fire in the chat for Mrs. Tanya Gonzalez. Let's go.
Mr. Gordon Clark, you crushed, killed, slammed, educated, provided us with information on this call. This was absolutely amazing. Like, I'm actually sitting here on alert, listening to what you're saying. So please, 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 community, if you feel the same way, give Mr. Gordon Clark some fire in this chat. You are off of mute. You can unmute. Let him know what you got from this training. This was phenomenal. You did an amazing job tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Booyaka. Mr. Clark, you lit it up. Lit it up. Lit it up.
Go.
Go ahead. You can unmute.
Awesome information.
Whoa. Woo. Killed it. Great job. Great job.
Amazing, amazing as always.
Awesome job.
Clark, I always appreciate what you say about being relentless, relentless, relentless. The power of one, everybody, one person per week. Absolutely.
Much needed training.
Great training. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow we will be training on the 11 o'clock. Make sure you get yourself on and your teams, okay? So have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Clark, Leah Anderson for always hosting, and the community for showing up. Have a wonderful night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Nice.
Hi, family.